Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon and today I am going to be doing an impromptu video on everything that we're hearing about the supply chains, things being in low supply, prices rising on a lot of items because of this, and so many other factors that are affecting what we have access to here in the States. And so I wanted to do this video because I went into the store to find a sauce, just a regular sauce that I use, and I could not find it in 5 different stores. And I am in a major metropolitan in the US. And so I know that other people, you know, my friend in DC, she has indicated to me that at Costco and other places, the shelves are clearing out. I know that in grocery stores where I'm at, the shelves are starting to look a little sparse. And so I wanted to do this video just to share some things that you might want to think about getting before the price spikes, and definitely before you can't get it anymore, at least for a season. And so the first thing that I wanted to talk about, we all know about the chicken shortage. Wingstop has become Thigh Stop. Restaurants have completely revamped their menu just to make sure that they have the supplies and the foods that they need to, you know, prepare what they offer. But there are other items that you need to be aware of that you're going to not see in stores, or even if you still see them, they're going to be at a much higher price. And the first thing are imported foods. What am I talking about? Things like olive oil. Olive oil, we know, typically comes from places like Italy or Spain, other places in that region. And so a lot of olive oil is imported. So please, if you are someone who uses olive oil, you want to make sure that you have plenty of this stuff on hand. You know, you can see I already got my olive oil and whatnot out of the way. The other thing is coffee. I don't usually drink coffee, but I got this coffee because I had some guests over, and so I wanted to make sure that they love coffee, so I wanted to make sure I got this. But anyway, coffee is imported most of the time. So if you are a huge coffee drinker, get your coffee because the prices are definitely going to rise. Another thing that you want to make sure that you get are spices. Spices. And a lot of people don't think about spices, but a lot of spices come from other countries. I try to get the organic, as you guys already know, but yeah, spices. Make sure that you have enough of the spices that you need. I love garlic. I use a ton of garlic. I love my Lowry's, and I also love my adobo. So whatever spices you like to use, make sure that you get enough of them and have them on hand for at least several months. Okay, moving on. I also recommend getting things that you already know are imported from other countries, right? And so one of the things that I cook with sometimes is coconut oil. And this is definitely something that's going to come from another country. Okay, so things like coconut oil. I like my pesto. Pesto is going to come from another country. And so both of these things that I just found on a whim in my cabinet, I want to make sure that I have ample supply of. Other things that you might not be thinking about that are imported: shrimp and seafood, fish, especially what's the fish, pollock. That is something that there's a major shortage of. They make fish sticks, fish sandwiches, a lot of the main carriers, restaurant carriers. Sure, you get all of your seafood that you want to have, and don't wait till the last minute because the prices are definitely going to spike. What other things are imported? Cheeses are imported. You know, a lot of the specialty cheeses imported. So think about some of the things that you typically use or whatever, and just look on the back label. You know, we are pretty loyal to the name brands that we like or whatnot. See if they come from other places. And if they do, go and make sure that you try to stock as much as you can. The other thing that we're going to see shortages of are frozen meals. And that's because it's the same dynamic with restaurants. A lot of the supplies come from all over to places that are not accessible to them. You know, it's not like they go out to the grocery store and get all their supplies. They have a supply chain. And so the supply chain issues are also affecting them. In addition to one thing that we all know, ketchup. Ketchup. There is going to be a major shortage of ketchup. So if you are someone who is planning on getting new furniture in your house within the next year or so, maybe you're moving, maybe you just want to refresh, make sure you look into that now. There are some furniture stores that have over a year wait just in the last couple of months from orders that they put in. You are going to be buying any technology, whether or not it be Christmas for yourself or whatnot in the next year or so. There are major shortages of the components that go into iPhones or cell phones or, your laptop or your iPads and things of that sort. Any type of device, there are components, metals, that are in short supply. So you want to make sure that you think about getting that now and not waiting until the holidays or whatever. Look into getting those things now because there will be a shortage. So the other thing is cars. If you're in the market for a car, you already know those lots are like halfway empty, right? And that leads me to fuel as well. Not just, everybody's talking about jet fuel. Well, if jet fuel is going to be at a shortage, then you already know the gas is. So keep your car fueled up at all times. Keep your car fueled up. I am actually on my way out to get something that I love, and that's carbonated water, because that is on the list of expected shortages. Why? Because the CO2 that they use to carbonate the water is in low supply. So I said, well, before the price of it doubles or whatever, let me go ahead and get my carbonated water. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. I hope that, you'll take some action on some of the items that I mentioned here. If there are other things that come up that I learn about or whatnot, I'll definitely share them. But in the in between, make sure you get the items that you need so you are not impacted by the shortage. So anyway, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and look at my other videos, which are also very helpful on disaster, on calamity, on prepper pantry, and I will see you guys later. Bye.